What is going on YouTube? Have you seen those viral TikTok vomiting skeletons? Well, today I want to make one and I want to show you exactly how I do it. My name's Andy, this is Cedar River Woodworking, and welcome to the shop.
I live inside my own.
Well, here we are with our spooky skeleton friend. Hey, you're a skeleton, not a zombie. No need to have those up. Now, before we have this guy vomit a little bit, I just want to thank everybody that has come to the channel and watched the videos so far. We have a goal of hitting 50,000 subscribers before the end of 2024. So if this is a video that you like or other spooky videos just like this one, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I also want to thank everybody that has helped me out locally. I will have all of those businesses tagged down in the description, and I will also be shouting them out throughout the video. So if you are local to Eastern Iowa, please consider checking them out and supporting locally. Otherwise, if you are not local, I will have tagged in the description below all of the parts that I use for this build. So let's jump over and get this thing built. And if you didn't notice our friend Tony over here, stick around because we will be making a friend for him later on in this series. So the first person I would like to shout out is Tim at the Barrel Guy LLC. We got this barrel from him. He does have some barrels that have a removable lid. So if you do get one of those, you can skip this step. But the first thing that we are going to do is, this is a sealed barrel, so we need to cut the top off of it. Now, if you didn't catch what I did, I drilled a hole in so that I could get a jigsaw blade in there, and then I just cut around the top. If this cut isn't the cleanest, that's perfectly fine. You can sand it up, and this is gonna get covered up with a treatment later on in this video. So the next thing that we need to do is drill a hole into the side of this barrel. This hole is going to be for some electronics and for a tube that needs to run through it. So the size bit that I'm using is a 1-inch bit, and that will allow our electronics to pass through it. And our hose is a 3/4 inch hose, so the outside diameter of that is about 1 inch. So it's gonna be a tight fit, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm using a Forstner bit on this. If you have a spade bit, that will work perfectly fine as well. Now we just need to fish our electronics and our hose through that hole. For our electronics that we have in here, I have this 800 gallon per hour pump, and I have a fluorescent light. This is IP66, so it is rated to be within water exposure, so no need to worry about that. I will have all of this linked in the description below. I have a 3/4 inch adapter on here, so our 3/4 inch hose will fit on top of that. Now that we have our electronics and our hose fished through here, I'm actually gonna pull it all back apart because we need to do some cosmetic changes to this barrel. Now you might be able to see that our barrel looks quite a bit different here. I used a flat black primer to put on top of this so that our paint can stick a lot better on top of this barrel. Now I did clean and organize the area. I put down a drop cloth underneath of this to prevent any type of overspray because we will be spray painting. Speaking of organizing, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, ClickUp. If you are a large team, you have a lot going on, or you naturally struggle with organization like I do, check out ClickUp for free by following the link in the video description below. Now after Labor Day, the holiday season takes off really strong here at Cedar River Woodworking. So after recently finding out about ClickUp, I have really been able to get things organized. The thing that I most love about ClickUp is all of the different colors that I can color scheme everything. So if I have a video that I need to edit, a video that I need to shoot, or a giveaway that is coming up, at a glance, I can look at my calendar and see which one is coming up and what I need to work on currently. This is really helping me out with staying organized and figuring out what builds that I have coming up, and it helps me get videos out on a consistent basis so that I can avoid burnout like I've had in the past. So if you are a one-man show or growing like I am and have new employees like Tony and Freddie here, ClickUp can really help organize everything that you have going on, or you can assign tasks to your different employees. Now, these guys have been guarding my area, and one has gotten into some toxic waste. So we need to really get these guys focused and on task. So remember, follow the link in the video description below so that you can try ClickUp for free for yourself. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is we have some of this orange fluorescent paint, and we're going to just put it right here on top of this flat black. Now I can avoid some of the stuff up here because I will have some coverings that are going to go over that as well. So I'm just going to give this a nice coating across everything down below. So now you can see that I have some paint on here. It does look pretty blotchy, but that is okay. One of those things that this paint doesn't have the greatest coverage, but it will also help give to some of the chaotic nature of what Halloween is going to be. So next we are going to put some of this great stuff. This is a big gap filler. And what we're going to do is, we've got it all shaken up right now. And I do have some gloves on for this. I really hate how this stuff sticks to your hands and leaves you all sticky, and it will destroy your clothes. So make sure that you are wearing some clothes so that you're okay with getting this on and just throwing away afterwards. Anyway, so we got this shaken up. I'm going to cover the top here with this stuff, and we want it to just kind of bubble up, and we will have it come down the sides as well. After a while, I will get smart here and I lay the barrel down, and this is just going to have gravity help me keep this on here. Now we just need to wait around for this to harden up, and then we are going to put our green spray paint on top of everything that we just foamed. Now, before we get everything plumbed up, I want to put this biohazard sticker right here on the front. This was cut out and provided to me by Signed by Jay. Now, I will leave a link in the video description below on where you might be able to get a sticker just like this one. All right, so off camera, you can see we got quite a bit done here. I let this cure, and then I finally painted it green. You can see that the ooze kind of coming off the front of there. There are some spots that I intentionally had some overspray so that it kind of gives that glow effect when you have the ultraviolet light on it. And then I did also let some runs go down so that it really gives the effect of the toxic waste running down the side of this barrel. Now next what we did was I took my skeleton and I kind of posed him in that throwing up position over top of this barrel. I secured him in place with a couple zip ties. So I just drilled 2 holes through the side and zip tied his arms right here in place. Then I fished up the wires and the tubing from the pump that we had down below. So what we need to do now is make this look like it's coming out of his mouth. So I need to fish it up into his mouth area, but this jaw always likes to close on me. So I'm going to take a couple zip ties and I'm just going to zip tie that jaw open. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I need to fish this up in here so that it comes out of his mouth. All right. So now that we have the tube there, I'm just going to take a zip tie around his chin and secure it tightly. Now, once you have all of that zip tied up into place and you have the nozzle kind of pointing where you want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with water just above where the pump is. Now, the water, to get it to glow, I'm going to put highlighters inside of there. All right, so when I mean highlighter, I don't mean I'm just going to take the whole highlighter and throw it in the bucket. What I need is actually the sponge that's inside of here. So I'm going to take the back off of here. And I'm actually going to take the sponge that's down inside of there. And that's actually the piece that we need. Now you can just throw this directly into the bucket, which is what I'm doing, or you could kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze. However, through the action of this thing kind of cycling this water over and over again, it's going to take all of the coloring that's in here out of it. If you need more glow, just add some more glow sticks. I need to put about 10 gallons of water in this to cover the pump completely, and I have 6 of these sticks inside of there. All right, so I have my second 5-gallon bucket, and I'm just gonna dump it in here, then we get to turn everything on. That looks like some lime green water. Now, once we turn everything on, I do have a light that's up here that is going to shine on everything. But you can also put a light down in front of it to get even more of that upwards glow on top of this Halloween feature. So we're gonna plug it in and make sure that this is spraying into the bucket. Well, there we go. That is a pretty violent puking action here. Now you can see that it is flat. Now to get that flat, all you need to do is squish down your pipe so that instead of being circle, it is an oval. Once I've got everything all ready to go, now I can go out and put this in my yard and enjoy it. End off of it. Whoops.